as I was saying, right in the middle of the intercepts of 0 and 10 would be 5, right? And if you can't figure out what's in the middle, you can add the p and q together and divide by 2. So this will happen at 5. So if we're thinking of that as like the x-coordinate, it's going to happen at, let's see, x is the width. So the width is going to be 5 yards at the absolute maximum. So let's see what the area is if the width is 5 yards. Negative x is 5, times x 5 minus 10. If we evaluate this, we have negative 5 times 5 minus 10 is negative 5, and negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. So that's what we're looking for. It says, what is the maximum area? The x-coordinate is the width. The y-coordinate is the area. So our area is 25 square yards. If you remember from your geometry days, anytime you're doing area, it is units squared. You remember. Oh, a bald eagle snatches a fish from a lake and flies to an altitude of 256 feet. The fish manages to squirm free and falls back down into the lake. Its height, h in feet, can be modeled by h of t equals 256 minus 16t squared. T is the time in seconds. How many seconds will the fish fall before hitting the water? Okay, so we're looking for the x-coordinate here. If you'd like, you can rewrite it into standard form, which would mean the negative 16 t squared would go first. Then we'd have our regular t's, which is 0. Then you'd have our plus 256. Now, if we are looking for, we're looking for the x, where the fish is falling. Let's see. T is the time in seconds. How many fish will the fish fall before hitting the water? We're probably just better off factoring this one. If you look at the original equation, we want to know what it's going to be when the height hits the water, which is at 0 feet. So if we substitute in 0 feet for the height, we have 256 minus 16t squared. If we're factoring the greatest common factor here, I think 16 goes into 256. Yeah, times 16. So if we were to kick out a 16, 16 times 16 is 256. 16 times t squared would give us 16t squared. And then you're looking at this and you're like, oh wow, that's the difference of squares. We can square root both of those. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of t squared is t. So we have 4 plus t times 4 minus t. Now, if we were really solving this, it's 16 times this stuff equals 0. You could, in theory, just divide both sides by 16. The 16 really doesn't even play a part in this. So if we were doing our zero product property, that means we could set up an equation. 4 plus t equals 0, and 4 minus t equals 0. If we were to solve both of these, here we could subtract the 4. T equals negative 4. Here we could add the t to the other side. Or you could subtract the 4 and divide by negative 1. And this would give us t equals 4. Now, t is the time in seconds. So, do you think this bald eagle is going to drop it and it's going to be in the air for negative 4 seconds? No, that doesn't make sense. So that would get eliminated. So it could be in the air for positive 4 seconds. That fish is falling, doing a little skydiving for 4 seconds straight. That's wild. Sweet. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, the velocity formula. I'm gonna guess I'm running out of time here, but let's see what we can do. A soccer ball is kicked from the ground level. Hey, what's the height at ground level, by the way? 0. Okay. Soccer balls